feeder, so. Okay. Yeah, I got fucking tricked into a fucking crazy. These people, the energy companies, they are bitches, man.
Nice.
I had a. Was this lady? She called me. She says, "Hello, this is Lisa from Leander. You know what Leander is?
No.
It's like the transport company for the energy and shit. So they take care of the lines and do all this stuff. So they're a pretty professional company. So they say, yeah, this is this and this from Leander, and yeah, we're looking at your tariffs right now, and yeah, there's gonna be a deduction in your energy tariff. So yeah, you're gonna go down to this and this. Would you be okay with that? Yeah, sure. And then all of a sudden, I realized she's just rebooking me to another company. So she wasn't really from Leander. She was from something like DKB Energy or what the fuck ever. And they just fucking kind of tricked me into going away from Eneco and buying my energy with them.
Oh.
Fucking weird, man. So then...
Wait, yeah, but this is not legal.
No, it's not legal. Halfway I cancelled the conversation, but now they're calling again. Nice people, man.
Fuckers.
Mm-hmm.
I love the glasses.
Yeah,
I love them.
You know when you put shit in the fucking dish? Yeah, they're all dirty.
No, I looked at
because
the
I don't really put. This is from Cult.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
But you know when you put everything in the dishwasher, but you didn't really clean the plates well enough, and then all the glasses got like
salami.
No, yeah, or there's a white shit in it, so I have to do everything again. And this was the only thing that's kind of clean, so you'll have to do, my friend.
All right, what are we drinking?
Let's start with welcome back. Summer holidays are over. Bar Arnold is back in action.
Back in action, yeah, man.
How long did we do one? 6 weeks? 7?
No, I think longer.
2 months.
I don't know when the last one was.
Yeah, so I broke up with my girlfriend. We had a summer recess, and now we're back.
Is it crooked?
Yes, it's very crooked.
Yeah, it is really crooked.
It's a good moment for the intro music.
Yeah, it's Bazanji. 919. Check it. I said this.
Oh. All right, what did you bring?
What I brought, I went because I wasn't really feeling like going out the door too much today. So I went to, I sat at home, worked all day a little bit, and then I had to go out.
Sorry, is it too high? Should we go with lower?
No, it's fine.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Yeah, you can see the wine. And so I went to Troppo Giovane.
Nice.
Theo and Alessandro's shop here in the Binnendommerstraat, close to the Hardemerstraat.
What is Troppo Giovane?
Troppo Giovane is the import business by Alessandro Davies, the owner and sommelier and wine god at Bak restaurant and Bambino.
Oh yeah, okay.
And Theo is his partner in the import, guy from I think Brittany, close to Nantes. Very good sommelier as well, and worked pretty much everywhere in town. Where they are interested into wine.
Yeah.
And they started the shop just before Corona. So they did pretty well during Corona times, and they got an import as well. And yeah, good guys. And I think Troppo Giovane, it means too young. And it was the story of that they were on a wine fair, I think, with one of their winemakers. I think it's Princic or someone like that they import as well.
Yeah.
And everything he tasted, he would say, "Oh, Troppo Giovane, too young, too young."
Okay, cool.
So that was kind of the slogan with everything they tasted.
And it's really Italian. It's really Italian, or is it an accent from him?
What?
Troppo Giovane.
No, it's really Italian. It just means too young. Troppo,
really?
Like trop in French, and Giovane, too young.
Too young.
So
cool. Okay.
Funny guys, really doing nice. So they have Princic, and they started with maybe 4 or 5 other producers. And I went in the shop today, and he was doing a tasting with some other dudes. And he buys some stuff with us, he buys some stuff with Vlek, he buys some stuff with Vier Heemskinderen, and maybe also with Vigo, I think.
Yeah.
And then some own import. So yeah, I asked them. I was luring a little bit around Jura, but yeah, I thought maybe let's try something from them.
Yeah.
So he had some good Italian stuff. I tasted something else, but he said this was more interesting. So it's Trebbiano from d'Abruzzo. from what I understand, it's an old 3 Michelin star sommelier that's making wine over there, 4 hectares I think. It's with some skin maceration, so manually destemmed. So only the skins and also not such a long maceration I think. And I couldn't really find anything too particular, and he was too busy to really advise me. Alcohol is 11.5, nice. so they say.
So they say.
Yeah, you never know, of course, but yeah, let's figure it out. What we think about it. But yeah, for me, it's pretty interesting now. Tasting Italian because yeah, you just come from there, right? You were in Sicily
tonight, yeah.
For
a couple of hours ago.
You arrived today.
Yeah, at 2 in the morning.
Oh really?
No, at 1 in the morning. I was in bed at 2:30 or something.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's cool that I, of course, because I came back from Sicily, I brought something from Sicily, and that you also brought something from Italy. That's actually kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah, but for now, you know, like talking, you know, with the Wijnvriend, a lot of the stuff in yeah, we were talking about Austrian wine and French wine. A lot of it has been taken, and of the more natural stuff. And in Italy, there's still a lot of undiscovered, I think, pretty affordable natural winemakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to go and to go there and see what's possible and to find it. But problem for me is mostly I don't speak the language. That's their luck. Alessandro speaks, of course, Italian.
Yeah.
Because his parents are from Italy.
Is there a reason why you took that in particular, or did you just walk there and I was like, I need something from Italy? And
yeah, I asked him, what's from your own import that's Italian, that's worthwhile for the podcast?
Yeah.
And first, I almost took the producer they were that he let me taste over there, but he said this was much more interesting for now for us to taste. So yeah, we didn't taste I think anything from them yet.
Mm-hmm. No,
so
we didn't.
Kind of felt good. You know, he's a very helpful guy, Theo. He likes. He's got a very wide style for wine. Yeah, and the stuff he buys from us also pretty solid stuff. He's a good salesman. Nice shop too. They really changed it around a little bit a couple of months ago, so it's nicely. It's very red and very hip. Good shop, nice area. Can recommend it.
Cheers.
Ta-da! Ooh, that sounded like an interesting quank. What do you smell?
I smell natural wine, man.
Yeah, it's kind of. Huh? Is it yeasty or is it? It's not really. It's not really the pickle juice smell, but
it's super fresh. It's lightly exotic.
It's got some citrus as well.
Almost, it smells like a super young Saumur.
Yeah,
tastes like a.
There's also some lychee in there, man.
It almost smells like a young Chenin.
Yeah. I was almost looking for my spit bucket, but then I forgot what we're doing actually. That's really gentle, man.
It was so funny when I checked with Cas and Rutger, and we're still gonna make a podcast with them. Where I checked with Rutger, I was like, hey, can we do a podcast at Bar Cult? And I was like, yeah, it would be really cool, and let's try some wines, and we can do Thursday at like 11 before I open the bar. And then I told him, like, you never watched the episode of us, right? And he was like, no, not really. It was like, we're actually not spitting. We're actually drinking.
Oh, 11 o'clock? So, yeah. 11 minutes?
No, it's okay. It's 11, but you cannot open my bar after.
Can we sleep over there?
Yeah, exactly. You can open the bar, but then we need to help you.
Well, I don't think we'll be much use. Did you like the Bar Cult?
I wasn't there.
Oh, you wasn't there?
No, I was not there yet.
You just called them.
No, I wrote Rutger.
Ah.
Here I talked with Cas, and I think it's cool if we do an episode with Rutger and Cas, so one chef, one sommelier, and then we talk with them about what a chef thinks about the sommelier, what's the importance of how the two work together, what experience did you had, blah blah blah, whatever. There is no blueprint for it. And then I read about Bar Cult, and you told me everything about it.
Yeah.
And I really liked the concept, but I was never there, so I cannot tell anything about it.
It is very Rutger van der Pol. It's just a big one-man show, but he does really well.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a very particular flavor for wines, which is, I think, really recognizable, and overall super enjoyable guy to hang out with and to drink wine with. So I think it's a good way for him. And especially now with the outside, he's got this circus tent outside. That was super cool, but of course now the weather's going a bit down. But yeah, I think for him this is perfect like this.
I really like
Making
this.
t-shirt. It's good, huh?
I really like this. Yeah.
I
This
think
is good.
it's got just a little bit of structure to it. I like it. It's kind of creamy as well, huh?
It's a really complete wine.
Yeah.
You don't have any big failure in it. It's super fresh and lightly
Oh.
exotic and lychee in the nose.
Yeah.
Then you drink it. There is really nice acidity in it.
Yeah.
Super complexity.
Yeah.
But when you also drink it, you really you're fancying a second glass.
Yeah, but the
Ooh, I like it.
11.5 alcohol also helps.
No, I really like it.
But it's not a crazy screaming wine.
No.
It's a very, it's pretty nicely balanced.
What is the winery? Colle Florido. Società Agricola.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not the winery. Colle Florido. Il Postino.
I think the
Vino
wine is
Bianco.
called Il Postino.
Il Postino.
That's the wine.
The
I think.
winemaker is called Colle Florido.
Yeah, I think
Vino
so.
Bianco. That means white wine in Italian.
Ah, thank you.
I know that. I was just in Sicily.
What's
so I
red?
know that. Vino Redo.
Verdo.
Exactly. Yeah, Società Agricola Colle Florido, and it comes from. What do you say? What was it?
Abruzzo.
Abruzzo. Cool.
Yeah.
11.5% alcohol.
I don't know if he's got his own vineyards or what, but it said I checked one site, it said that he has 4 hectares. I don't know if he rents it or whatever. But I have to say, it's natural wine in a way I really think it's enjoyable because it's very recognizable as red wine. If it's macerated, it's hardly. There's a little bit of bitterness in there. Sorry for the gas. But it's not orange. I think if you maybe, there are some easy restaurants
Not
that
at
would
all.
be a perfect orange wine because it's not super orangey.
Has not we have to cut that out. Has nothing to do with orange wine. It's
What
skin
this?
skin
Yeah, no,
macerated.
exactly. Yeah, that's what
Exactly.
I'm saying.
It's
Yeah.
skin
You don't have
macerated.
to cut that out, motherfucker.
That
Fuck you.
bleep.
Yeah.
And now the people have to
Yeah.
log in to be 18 plus.
Fuck pussy, drink wine.
But this is how do I explain this? This is for me almost perfect, easy drink natural wine
That's what I'm
because
saying.
it's really it's
That's what I'm
low
saying.
in alcohol.
Yeah.
It's a little bit skin macerated, so it has this juiciness, it has this complexity in it. It's pretty long, but it's super fresh and 1, 2, 3,
but
4
also
glasses.
The acidity is very gentle. There is some nice refreshing citrus acidity in there, citrus-driven acidity, but it's not an acidic wine.
Yeah.
It's because it's kind of covered in the maceration, I think. That gives it a little bit of thickness and voluptuousness. That, it covers the acidity really well. So I would say pretty well done by Theo and Alex for this wine.
Is this the style of Troppo Giovane? You think? Did you drink
Yeah,
a
the
lot
funny
from
thing is,
that?
I think no, because since they started with their import, I didn't have a place anymore. So I'm more tasting my wine with Theo than the other way around.
Yeah.
But he's a very generous guy. I came in the shop today and he lets everybody always taste. I think they're going to do a lot from the regions they're both from. So obviously Italy for Alessandro and obviously Loire and Loire Valley for Theo.
Mm-hmm.
So they got Capriades, really nice bubble winemaker. I think probably one of my more favorite red bubble winemakers in France. Really fucking friendly dude as well. I know they are trying to focus. He's trying to focus a little bit on Muscadet because, well, he is from there, and the wines are very commercially handy wines. It's not very expensive. There is some winemakers that are trying to work quasi natural, but I think probably recognizability, minerality, and they're not, especially Theo is not really into the super funk. He always posts everything on Instagram with fuck natural wine, and he doesn't like that whole scene vibe thing about it, even though he's a pretty hip guy himself.
He doesn't like the scene around
Well,
natural wine.
if people really are calling it natural, that whole bullshit, that it's hip and stuff. So at least from what I can see from him. Yeah, but I think pretty nice wine advice for me. This, if I would make a wine list for a bar, I would most definitely put this on because I think I paid now 21, including tax. So it's probably Horeca prices around 15. And maybe if you ask him if you put it on a glass, he can do a little discount on it. I don't know how much he has of it, but
But if I go into the shop and I want to buy this, I pay 21.
21, yeah.
That's really good.
That's not bad for a wine like this.
Not at all. I think it's on
The only problem is you're not gonna make it with one bottle.
No, this is what I wanted to say. Two things. One thing is, I think from the price range, I think it's in the higher limit. If they would give me this for 15, I would also say like, it's still pretty good. I would not say, oh, it's super cheap. For 21, I say like it's on the higher limit of pricing. I think it's for 24, I would say like, ooh, I would go for something else.
But they also have the shop, you know, it's in the shop. So it's shop prices. It's not...
It's the highest price you can pay.
It's my dishwasher.
Yeah.
Probably if it would be on a web shop, it would be maybe just under 20.
Yeah.
But they choose to do mostly in the shop and not on a web shop, which I kind of like. And it's
Important.
it's really nice to go to the shop.
Where is the shop?
Like binnen Dommerstraat, side street of the Haarlemmerstraat.
Yeah.
So from my house, it's the nearest buy shop by far. It's not even 5 minutes on the bike.
Perfect.
And they got a really nice selection. They got crazy good champagnes. They have a lot of Jura. They have really good. They have Priorog.
Mm-hmm.
They have Cossard. They have all the big shit. But they also do a Cambon and some stuff like Puzelat.
Nice.
And then they have a really nice selection of their own import.
Cool.
I would really definitely go there for things like this. So very good entry and a little bit more up level Italian wines. And for Muscadet also, if you want to get a good Muscadet, he's got some pretty good stuff. I tasted a few. And I like the style. It's clean. It's happy wine.
I mean, what we always had when we are drinking, but now especially since we have the podcast, we always see the time how fast we're drinking bottles.
Yeah.
And today I'm not really in a thirsty mood because I just came back from Sicily and I drank a shitload of wine. But now I look at this and it's like 14 minutes and you're halfway. Yeah. And it's not gonna kill the time of Strohmeier, I think, where we really killed the bottle in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, but then we were fucking thirsty as well.
Yeah, and now I'm not thirsty and I still wanna drink this. I think as a
and with the 11.5, it's
as a facet for this bottle, I really have to say this is super nice, super fresh, super easy drinking natural wine. If you're into natural wine, if you're not into natural wine, if you're not into natural wine, I think you have to think a little bit more. But this is really easy speaking language.
You know, for beginners, the acidity is not tough. It's not too fruity, it's not too alcoholic, it's not too macerated. It's a very gentle, elegant wine.
Do you know what the really good thing is? If you're a hardcore natural wine drinker, you have a lot of fun with this wine. Yeah. A lot of fun. But
it's a good wine for a day like this. For our first podcast in 2 months and on a Wednesday. You know, if you don't want to go overboard, this is a nice, very comfortable bottle of wine. So, but it's funny, I never see this, I've never seen it in any bar. Yeah, because I'm scared of you. But I haven't seen it in places like Lugu or Bar Central or anywhere.
I have never seen this bottle of wine, and that really speaks for the two guys at Tropiccione.
Yeah, but they also do a lot of the restaurants and bars. They do is a lot of stuff in Noord and a bit more off the how do you call it? Off the beaten path kind of places. Because they really try to get young guys on board, young restaurant owners, young bar owners, and to get them to, they don't know so much yet about wine. Also because they're both very knowledgeable. Theo is very knowledgeable, so he did a lot of advisement for places as well to make their wine list.
Okay.
So that's actually how I met him, was when he was doing, I think, the wine list for something like Siena or something, or no, for Klaproos.
Okay.
And he would make their wine list and just comes in and helps people out. And he doesn't fluff it up. He doesn't make too much of fluff about the wine. You know, it's not too technical. It's nothing too difficult.
If I go outside,
and also you can see that a little bit in a wine like this.
Yeah. If I go outside, and that's why we should drink more of those guys, because I really want to find out what the style of those guys is. Because if I really think about this wine, I really love the style. It's a really, like I said in the beginning, it's a really complete wine. From the beginning to the end, there was like one fine line which draws through. And I really have a nice minerality in it. I have this exotic thing in the beginning
as well, a little bit salty.
It's super, it's a little bit salty, it's chalky, it's limey and limey, not slimy.
No.
And at the end it's long, medium, long,
but it stays really gentle, and it asks every time in the after flavor you want to keep on coming. So that's a pretty good sign. It's got a nice flow to it. This wine.
If I'm into natural wine, if I'm into biodynamical wine, what kind of wine am I looking for when I want to buy this?
I would buy it when people come over for dinner. I would get 2 bottles of this for a group of 6, where not everybody's into natural wine, but I want to maybe introduce them a little bit. If I would put this on a wine list, it's just too expensive to put on a glass. But this would be, for me, kind of a beginner drug, because it's so clean. It's not. There's no defaults. There's no aggressiveness in the wine.
Yeah,
it's a very friendly bottle. You know.
I agree. Friendly. It's really friendly.
Yeah, it's
really friendly. Yeah. There's no mousiness in it. There's no shit in it.
No, but there's also no aggressiveness. It's a very. It's almost like a feminine, but a cool feminine style into it. Yeah, it's really nicely done.
Yeah,
I have to say. And if the alcohol percentage is really true, it's also pretty good. 11.5. Where the fuck do you find that in 2019?
Yeah, that's true.
Or 18? What is it?
19.
19. Yeah. So not bad, man.
I agree. I really like it. So for everyone who wants to drink something new from and this is especially now in Italy, whoever wants to try something new from easy white, if someone really like myself likes something natural from Loire, likes Jura, likes Beaujolais, Burgundy kind of stuff, and wants to go to Italy, you always end up at Occhipinti, and you always end up at Viola.
If you want the more stable stuff, yes.
If you want the stable stuff, and now to refer or to transfer a little bit to that, I just come back from Sicily. In every natural wine bar, even with the Raisin app, the only thing why they're all in the Reserve is because they have Occhipinti, they have COS, which is, do you know COS?
Yeah.
COS is pretty good right now. I tried 2-3 things from them.
It is good. Who sells
kind of
it?
nice.
You know? Is it not Pieksman who does it?
I think we have an importer in Holland, in Amsterdam, but I don't know who it is.
No, and you know,
it would be a shame if you buy now, because then Wouter is killing me.
And if you buy sometimes not so expensive natural white wine in Italy, it can be very touch and go. You can find stuff that's mousy, that's unstable, that's round down and fucking nasty shit. So finding the ones that are a bit more stable, but of course this guy knows what he's doing, obviously.
Yeah. But it's such a refreshing point of view when you go to Italy. I mean, you like something light and fresh, and you want to go a little bit away from Moscato and red on Frappato, and you really want to go into the region of Nere Mascalese and into what is the grape here? Trebbiano. Then the air gets really thin, or at least my air gets thin. When I was really looking at the wine list, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I know Occhipinti, I know COS, I know Cornelissen, I know Viola, but now I'm getting kind of thin. And then I only had one place in Sicily.
Yeah, but that's what I told you. If you find anything that's good, text me straight away.
But I was at one place in Sicily, and there was one place in Ortigia, which was really crazy. It was one place with only like 5 tables outside. Yeah. And the guy who works there is like also the owner, who's the only employee there. They don't have any food. No, they have like small snacks, of course.
Sounds
Italy.
Like Italy. Yeah.
And the wine list is really shitty, like only in plastic folio, and there's just a piece of paper, and then you just go through, really Corona proof. Everyone has it in their hand. It's complete full of sweat and stains. And
no pictures of the bottles?
Sorry?
No pictures of the bottles?
No pictures of the bottles, no. And he was also really focusing on COS, Occhipinti.
Yeah, but they work.
There is one thing. There's one guy, which we talked about on WhatsApp, and it's Baracco.
Yeah, you told me. You had another bottle of it later on, and I saw on Instagram.
Yeah, we had Baracco.
But you checked it out, who the guy is? Because I'm gonna look like a douchebag not knowing it. But
no, but it was also not on a wine trip. So I was there, and I was like, "Hey, we have to drink this Baracco," and then I drank it, and it was good.
Yeah,
but it's not. Oh my God, it's
wonderful.
Well, it was completely.
I know another producer they have is La Ginestra, and I had 1 or 2 bottles of that not so long ago. Also really good. But I think. But this is their style, you know. It's very countable wine. It's good. It's good. It's just quality wine.
Who's there?
Like Theo and Alessandro.
Oh, yeah.
But Italy, it's touch and go, you know. And even with the French, you never really know what they're really doing. But with the Italians, I wouldn't trust anyone.
Yeah.
But I'm really interested into finding out more about it because I don't have a lot of knowledge about Italian natural wine at the moment. So it'd be interesting next year to focus a little bit on this and to try and find some stuff. Because for me, actually, you know, it hits me more than Spanish.
Yeah.
You know, I like some stuff in Catalonia, but overall, Austria is very interesting, but it's fucking expensive, and pretty much everything that's really good is taken.
It's so expensive. You just buy the wrong things.
Yeah, so you're gonna tell me what to buy, but in Italy it feels like there's the place where they are in with the natural wine now is that it's really developing, and they are not tough on the prices. They are pretty honest people. Of course, a lot of it is subsidized as well, but also they got some really nice cooperative farms like Valle Unite, which Vigo and Jan Florijn do with Bianchino, which we drink a couple of times. But they're fucking cheap. You know, a bottle of Bianchino I think is like $6.80 for a Horeca. So that's probably like $8 or $8.50 or $9 maybe consumer prices. But that's quite edgy wine.
Yeah.
That's very natural. For me now at this point in my the wine taste, this hits me a bit more.
If you think
This
about
is so much more, but this has got so much elegance.
yeah.
And look at the bottle. Yeah, we're really fucking flying here.
If you let's talk about this topic Austria, because I'm really interested in it.
I almost took Sepp Muster for you today.
That's fine.
But
I don't need to drink it.
Vom Opok, yeah, but that's the same. And I thought, it's
But there is
boring.
one thing which I'm always wondering, because it's probably the same if we would have a guy from Croatia right now here, or from Georgia, or from Bulgaria. They would always tell us like, no, but you have no idea, there's so much thing happening.
Yeah.
But I'm from Austria, I really have to say, there are a lot of things happening in Austria right now. I think more things happened 6 years ago when I was still living there and was really in the wine business, and now I don't know really on day-to-day basis what's really going on there. But when I just check on online, on Instagram, there are a lot of things on a daily basis happening right now. Like for example, the friend of mine, Johanna Markovic, where the father made a really classic but always really solid good wine, and now she does a Pétillant Naturel. Yeah. And I see it all over the place.
You teach as well.
Huge, that's a different story. But with Johanna, I was always like, okay, she's gonna take over the winery of Gerhard Markovic, which makes really good wine, but really conventional and classic. But he knows what he's drinking and what he's doing. And now she makes a Pétillant Naturel, and I was like, Jesus, why does no one in Amsterdam actually has that? And at the same time,
because
wait a second, no one, sorry, no one, for example, has Matthias Warnung. I was there, wine stories. I was there. They had the rosé for 47 euros. Yeah. And I was like, I'll pay 60 for this thing because I know it's good, but of course no one is gonna order it here. You're not gonna sell it in the bar. But the wine, Matthias Warnung, is for me, if you talk about biodynamical wine, natural wine, he's for me exactly what Amsterdam needs right now.
But all that stuff
sorry, Arnold. Now we are again in this.
No.
But I don't wanna. That was not like you need to defend yourself, because I know that you, and especially you and Henk, are really aware and really defensive on what you're gonna import and what you're gonna buy, and you really need to know a little bit what's going on. But this is why I don't understand.
Because I contacted Warnung. I contacted Ander because I contacted both of them.
Matthias Warnung.
Yeah, and I have also a whole email correspondence with the Ander brothers. Because for me, getting a bit.
Let's talk open here. I really want to talk about this topic.
Yeah, no, me too. Like Vigo, he does all the now pretty much Strohmeyer, Gut Ogau, now also Sepp Muster. So I was we had a discussion about it, so I was checking what's like the stuff underneath, the level that's quality wise probably as good, probably also as expensive, but that's not super out in the open yet, that's not so cultivated. And I ended up also a little bit with your advice at these wineries, but everyone I contacted is being imported. Everything is being imported, so that's
and they're really loyal to their import in Holland.
Yeah, apparently, because...
and are they happy with their import in Holland?
Apparently, because they won't sell to me.
Did you ask them?
Yes. Yes, I asked them, especially Arnold.
This is the sales 101 talk. You have to ask them. Like,
okay,
are you happy with your current contract?
Okay, so
this is how you got sold energy.
Yeah, exactly. You know how bad I am at that shit, and I also try to respect everybody that's doing it right now, because I don't want to,
of course,
especially at this point in time, I don't want to rub against everybody's ass. Plus, we have plenty of good producers, but I want to diversify quite a bit. I'm really looking into Jura, a little bit more into the Chenin bit of the Loire. I would like to do something for Muscadet as well. I would like to do Italy, and I would like to do Austria. Germany, for me, I don't know, doesn't really take all the boxes. Some winemakers do, but they're also all being imported. Like the guy I'm going to harvest with this weekend, Marto, for me, really nice wine.
Yeah.
Also been in this kind of region, taste and winemaking wise. Okay. So that's what I mean. It's a light alcoholic, a little bit fluffy, gentle, elegant wines.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not easy. I think I could be more aggressive, but on the other hand,
that's not your style.
That's not my style. So I'd rather wait and see where everything goes. And if I contact everyone, I tell them, are you being important? When they say yes, I say, okay, no problem. I won't, that's okay. I respect the people that's doing it, and I'm super happy that your wine is here. If in the future, at any time, you would like to discuss a business opportunity, I'm always open to it. Like with Arnold, I sent them, I think a couple of weeks ago, another email just to say good luck with harvest, and I hope you're still happy, and don't forget I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm really trying to find young winemakers, but also for me that's a little bit of a thing as well. I'd rather now go for people that are been in the same position as me, like Mataburo, a young guy in which I feel very confident, instead of trying to muscle myself in with really arrived people, and to find a little bit of a nice combined energy of young people that are trying to put their wine where they want it, and for me to be able to do the same thing on the import side.
Well said.
And I'm not, you know how I am, and I'm probably far not business witty enough to make all of this work all the time. But it's okay. And if you ever hear someone else, everybody can contact me. And I'm not so strict. If a young guy is there and he can sell me 400 to 600 bottles, let's go. I'll take a big leap. Like we taken some guesses this year, and everything so far that I've asked Hank to buy for me is worked out. So.
Well, the big thing for me is whenever I see.
And one of my fucking best friends is an Austrian wine connoisseur, so I would hope.
Who's that guy?
That he could help me with some fucking Austrian wine.
Whenever I talk about Austrian wine, this is nothing to do against those wineries, because the wineries which are really established in Amsterdam or in Holland, but especially in Amsterdam, are wines which I really love. And whenever I go to a wine list where they go as deep as in Austria, I always see the same stuff. I see Preisinger, I see Beck, I see Bambule and Kalkenkiesel and I see Chepe, I see Muster, I see Strohmeyer, and I was like, cool that they landed in Amsterdam and they're really established here and the people know it. But then I think like, I was with Wouter in the, what is the place from Wine Stories? What is it called?
Otto Volante.
Otto Volante. Super cool wine bar. I was there a month ago.
Italian too, huh?
I really liked it there. They have a really insanely good wine list. But then I found Matthias Van Rosé and I was like, Wouter, I'm sorry, but we have to drink this. And we drank it in 10 minutes. And I downed it and I was like, ooh, this is really cool. But I was like...
When did you taste it for the first time?
Matthias Van Before he even had a label. I was working at a small wine company which is called Wijnskandal. We cannot even talk this every single time.
How much did they pay us last year? I don't know.
Exactly.
Last season.
Exactly.
We are definitely waiting for those cases.
Yeah, Joe Rogan sold his podcast to Spotify for 100 million euros.
Can't you fucking spare us 12 fucking
When
bottles,
is
man?
Wijnskandal buying our podcast? Moritz,
Moritz,
come on, send an offer.
We do a commercial in the middle.
Yeah, we also gonna import 100.
Yeah.
We make a 6-bottle package with
Yeah,
Eric
6
100
bottles.
and Ribérach in a mixture. Did you ever drink a Roussillon and 100 wine?
We can blend it, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. But then the first time I drank Matthias Warnung was the first half year when I was at Wijnskandal, and Moritz came to me and was like, we need to taste this young guy. And Matthias came to us, and I think at that time he had like 1.52 hectares.
Young guy then. How
He
old
was
is he now?
19 at the time, 20
Jesus
maybe,
Christ.
because I was 25, 24 at the time.
Yeah.
And we drank it, and I was like, okay, Moritz, what do you think? And he was like, oh, there is a big future for this guy. And then he came to us, and we imported everything we can have, and we tried to sell it in Austria, and really the people loved it. It was a good pricing. We did it by the glass in a couple of restaurants, and Matthias really did good business in Vienna. And then I moved to, I left Wijnskandal, and then I moved to Amsterdam 3 years later. And then I was like, everyone's drinking Preisinger here, super cool. Beck, super cool. A couple of people drinking Heinrich Leiterberg, but it's all this Panobile group. And then it took me another 3.5 years until I have Warnung for the first time in
Yeah,
Amsterdam.
but that's also the thing now with all these small importers. They are all taking a piece of the pie. But like these guys from wine stores, they also have a restaurant, it's busy.
Yeah.
You know, and to be honest, these producers don't have a lot of availability either. So if you already get something, it's not even almost gonna equal a palate. Because a lot of winemakers these days, which I think is very cool, are focusing a lot on their local markets.
Yeah.
So when I visited Jérôme Jouret in
Who found that shit? Henk?
yeah, Henk has been doing it since he
Jérôme
started.
Jouret, I really have to say, is my favorite wine from the Wijnvriend.
Yeah.
Jérôme Jouret is fucking
Yeah, it's
crazy.
fucking good, but also he, you know, we only get what he gives us, and it's not a lot. And but this guy also said, you know, I'm not doing any more import, and if an importer stops, I just sell it on the local market because we're getting, you know, local restaurants that are getting interested, and this is for us our whole principle, because we are natural winemakers. We are making it from the country for the country, and if we can support people that are our neighbors, we'll do it with more love and fun than some guy in Los Angeles, you know. Yeah, so there's not a lot. It's hard to get it, and if it's there, it's not a lot. So people can sell it easy. Yeah, so it's really, and there's a big question, you know, if you buy something like Arnold or something like Strohmeyer, it'll sell and people will come for it. They will come for it, and you'll get business from it. It's fucking
Come
hard.
with C-U-M?
No, they just
No,
go.
come.
They come, yeah. But they find they know this wine. It's called wines, you know, and people look it up on the internet and they find you, and then they get there. There's not a lot of people in Holland that are gonna know who Matthias Warnung is. So that's also a topic when you are a wine importer. Do you get these guys that are on that level that people are gonna come to you for the wines, or are you gonna create it yourself? Are you gonna build the brand up together?
Yeah.
I feel more like doing that, you know, like I've been doing, especially with Mataburo this summer, which I enjoyed a lot because I sold the palette in a few months, and nobody knew it here, which is a very cool emotion to be in with the wine and with the winemaker. And I think I'm pretty good at that as well. So for me, having a guy like Warnung would be super interesting. But yeah, if it's taken, man.
I think when you think about Amsterdam, I think Matthias Warnung is the thing which can change a little bit the natural wine spectrum of Amsterdam.
For Austrian wine, you mean then?
For Austrian wine, because everyone is really stuck up with Klaus Preisinger, and that's good. So
Yeah, but I don't see Preisinger it's still good, but you don't see it everywhere.
I have a different eye.
It's pretty classic.
Yeah. Do you know when you buy a car and you buy a Fiat and then all of a sudden you see a Fiat everywhere?
Yeah, that's what.
Of course, when I go to a wine bar, I see an Austrian wine list. Okay, what do they have? They have Preisinger. And this is
You buys a Fiat, man.
Yeah.
Only a Fiat Panda.
I drove a Fiat Panda for 2 weeks now in
No, but an
Sicily.
old one, man.
Yeah,
I was looking for a 4x4 Fiat Panda for a while because I think they're fucking cool.
There's also a movement in Sicily because, of course, everyone drives Fiat and Alfa Romeo. And I drove a Fiat Panda, and there are also people which have the first Fiat Panda, like this cubicle.
Box, that's what I mean.
This cubicle.
And then you have the 4x4 version of this.
Exactly.
That's
You also have the Fiat Tipo,
Yeah.
which is a little bit older, which is even the more fact. That was my first car, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, it completely fell apart after 1 month.
That's
I
why
bought
you
a
like
second
the
car.
Italian music.
Yeah. I was driving a Fiat Panda, and then I saw a...
With Eros in a cassette recorder.
Oh, I listened to Eros the whole time. And I drove a Fiat Panda. Do you know what Terra Promessa means?
Yeah, Promised Land.
The promised
Yeah,
land.
it's about America,
Geloofde
right?
land.
Or something like that.
I don't know.
Het beloofde
I
land.
drove a Fiat Panda, and there was another Fiat Panda version 1, and on the back he had a sticker, not a Pioneer sticker from the Pioneer sound system or something, but he was like, "Save the Panda."
Save the Panda, yeah. Yeah, it's like the Volkswagen Golf.
It was like WWF. Save the Panda. Save the iceberg. Save the Panda.
Yeah, it's a cool car.
Do you have anything else to say which you want to say sober before we do the next one?
No.
Okay.
No.
Of course, I was in Sicily now for 1.5 weeks,
Yep.
and I traveled from. Yeah, Sicily is actually really round. This is for the comment section. No, I put a map in here. No, I don't. Put
It's
a
not
map in.
fucking round, man. It's oval.
It's oval. It's a vierkant.
No,
And
oval is an egg.
I arrived in Catania on the airport, and then I did a clock round over the entire island. So Catania. Then I went down. I went to Palermo, and then I drove back from the whole north to Taormina and Messina, and then I drove to Catania back and flew back, and I arrived tonight. And of course, everything is around the Etna Bianco, Etna Rosso.
Oh, fuck, sorry.
And because of that,
Watch out with your shirt.
I didn't brought any wine. So today I arrived, went to Bruno, vino, what is it called actually?
Vino Naturale.
No, Vino Glosso or something.
Oh, the shop's called
Shop?
Angelo Vinosso.
Angelo Vinosso. And I went inside and Bruno greeted me, of course, like, hey, how's it going, blah, blah, blah. Do you do another podcast? Yeah, tonight, cool.
He asked
I need
you,
some-
really?
Yeah, he really said, like, I like the podcast with Attia.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, but also the podcast with Attia, I think was the best podcast we did so far, because it was, you took Jean-Yves Perron and then a crazy
Yeah.
Asian bottle from Ine,
Yeah.
or what Ries gave you.
No, it was
And
the maceration from Cyril Lemoine.
Yeah,
I
exactly,
think.
but it's from Ine.
Yeah.
And Attia blew them all away, and then we took another bottle of Yves Perron,
Yeah, which was Italian grapes.
Yeah.
Dolcetto.
and
We threw it away.
Attia killed them all.
Yeah.
And Bruno was like, it was a really funny podcast, and I really enjoyed it. So today he was really happy that I was like, I'll take another bottle
Okay,
from
we're
you
gonna-
guys.
yeah.
And he's going to Sicily tomorrow, I
Oh,
think,
really?
or in 2 days. Yeah, he's going there. So we can be curious what he's bringing back. So now we have Vino Rosso Irete, Terra Siciliana. This is, he told me it's Nere Mascalese and something else I cannot remember anymore. On the label it only says Nerello Mascalese.
The Vide
Really cool.
Bentivegna.
This is skin macerated and 6 months in chestnut.
It
Chestnut.
appears that it says 780 SLM, so it's pretty high up.
Yeah, it's Etna.
Yeah, okay, but doesn't
Etna
mean
is
it's all-
3,200 meters.
Yeah, but you can be lower
That's
than
the-
Etna as well.
Steinfeder. It's the lowest point
It's
of
like
Etna.
the Swiss chocolate. It's not made in the mountains.
For everyone who thinks about the Etna,
Yeah.
I thought when you, because I saw the wineries there, when you have the Etna, I thought that the wineries go really onto the top.
Of
It
course.
doesn't. It's
No.
just the surroundings. They're not all Prephyloxera, but of course they take it as a marketing tool
Yeah.
that they still have Prephyloxera grapes. It's the wine I have right now is, I went to the shop, I was like, I was just in Sicily, I need something from the Etna. So I didn't brought anything from Sicily.
But
I
you
woke
have
up today in the morning and I said like, oh cool, we do a episode 007, the James Bond episode.
Is that today?
Why don't we use?
Is this
why don't we
7?
wear a smoking?
Fucking hell! I should have come
Damn
with
it.
my Aston
Do you have a
Martin.
martini in the fridge?
Yeah, shaken.
That'd be cool.
Shaken, not stirred. Shake the bottle.
Yeah, exactly. Shaken, not steered. And I went to him and I was like, I need something from the Etna, cool. And he told me, yeah, it's Nerello Mascalese and something else, but here it says only Nerello Mascalese.
But is it Nero d'Avola or something else?
It is Nero d'Avola. No, it's something.
Ah, fuck it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Nerello Mascalese, and it's 6 months in chestnut oaks.
In Botti. So Botti is
Exactly.
the big ass.
Which is really classic
I
for
think,
Italian
what is it,
Sicilia.
like 8,000-9,000 liters, something.
Could be. But it's all, Sicily, it's chestnut is really the classic thing of Sicily, Bruno told me. And this is really easy drinking wine. It's only 15% alcohol.
But
So
also,
now
you say
that's
it's
why-
easy, but it's pretty fucking strict.
No, it's 15% alcohol. I think this is really complicated thinking stuff. And this is Villa Petrosa, Vino Rosso Ancestrale,
Ancestrale. I think,
2017.
That's more my French than my Italian speaking.
And it's from Davide Bentivegna.
Yeah, never heard of the guy. But
Yeah,
this says something
me neither.
about my Italian knowledge.
Exactly. And it's a couple of 100 meters from the Etna away. It's still on the
high.
Etna.
It's high. It's 780 meters, so that's
780 meters.
pretty much close to the maximum
And that is it.
altitude. Petrosa. Did he have the whole range of the wine of
Yeah.
this guy?
Everything.
And where
And I asked him-
where in the range is this
Yeah.
cuvée?
Second to top. So I asked
Second
him.
to top.
So I asked him. So what shall we take? And the first one was Rosato, and then it was really Vino Rosso, blah 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 blah, Ancestrale, and then it was a different label, which is an Amphora wine, which is 47, but everything else like 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, and then this is 27. 27 in the shop, Etna Rosso. Buonanotte, Charlotte.
Saluti. Tutto a presto. Or how do you posto?
Troppe giovane, yeah.
Tutto a posto. That's it. It's 17, so it's not troppo giovane, but you could lay this away for a year or two more, I think. It's juicy, but it's pretty strict though. It's I would not mind decanting this.
Can we see
maybe.
this for Jim? So juicy.
It's so juicy. But if you would decant this, it would maybe help, huh?
When I smelled it in the beginning, I had a little bit of glue, and then I thought like maybe it's nice to put in a carrot. Do you have a carrot or
No.
anything we can put it in?
No.
Maybe in here.
You could put it in another bottle and then pour it back, but
No, fuck it.
just you want me to grab some bigger glasses, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good one.
That will maybe help, no? With this, also for the temperature. That'll probably help us a bit. Nice soup balls. I think it's a pretty interesting one. It's really good.
Should we not order food?
Yeah, you almost want to get also buco now, huh?
Yeah, let's just order food.
Why?
Okay, don't need to cook or something.
It's only putting pasta in a bowl, in a pan. If you can order food, what do you want to order? What do you want to order? Pizza.
I cannot see any pizza anymore.
Chinese. It's easier. I'll just put the cooker on after this.
All right.
We eat pasta on the balcony. Yeah. So the nose, dark fruit. How do you call it? Brahma. What's Brahma called again? The raspberry? No, not raspberry.
Raspberry.
No, raspberries frambosa. Blackberries, the one with the little bulby thingies on the side, the dark fruit, dark fucking.
I understand.
Brahman. It's spicy, huh? In the nose.
Yeah, it's hiding, like the spiciness and the black raw pepper
Yeah.
is hiding between a failure. There is something like it's gluey and it's kind of plastic in the nose. But if it gets a lot of air, it almost smells like a ripe Fleury or something.
Yeah, you're not far off. But that's the fruit. That gives that impression. It's a very ripe, but you know, Nerello Mascalese is, it's Nerello, yeah, right? Yeah. It kind of hints towards Gamay. Is it not family with something? Should we look it up? Nerello.
This is really, really good, but I have a problem with the alcohol. The alcohol is stuck in me a little bit.
Yeah.
What is? Can you check Nerello Mascalese? Just
Which
so we
I'm doing.
know a little bit what the grape is, and maybe it's always a little. It's a little bit of a heavy grape or a black grape.
No, it's not so. It's very perfumey, I think. Always. At least that's what I learned. High in acidity, tannin, full floral red fruit. It's kind of Pinot Noir-ish, they say here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it kind of hints there because it's very ripe. But it's got the pepper, it's got the dark fruit, it's got the drinkability, it's got the acidity. It's probably a pretty small grape with a pretty tough skin. Also because you can grow it up so high, so it cannot be very vulnerable, I think.
What do you mean, thick skin? Because it's so high.
Yeah,
Because the winds and
It's
at the same
cold.
time high temperature and.
yeah, I think so. It reminds a lot of people of Pinot Noir. That's what it says. Rose petals, fruity touches, but a crazy high dose of tannins. So if there's a lot of tannins, usually that reflects a thick, tough skin, you know.
And we also have to say, like, it's good that we have this wine because we actually never drink heavy wines.
But it's no Grenache.
No, but we never drink heavy wines in the podcast. We always drink like this easygoing natural wines.
Because we're standing in the shop and we know we're gonna take 2 or 3 bottles.
Yeah, yeah. So it's good when we have this.
I quite like it. But it's a wine that deserves some fucking food for sure. But would you use this wine in a restaurant or in a wine bar? It's pretty. You need a pretty fucking decent plate of salumi or anything next to it.
I would use this.
I
In a
could do
wine
with
bar-
some salami right now, definitely.
This is exactly what I wanted to say
Yeah.
right now. Like if I'm standing in a wine bar behind the bar, and I give them some prosciutto and cheese and salami, and they are going all over the place, then I want to pour this for one glass.
Yeah.
And then they have super much. Then they have super much fun with it, because it smells like natural wine. When the first hits you on the mouth, it's like, oh, this is really nice. But when you drink it, it's really the acidity is really in your mouth. So the acidity keeps you fresh.
Yeah.
But it's in between of super heavy red wine, which is super chocolatey and modern and warm temperature and overripe, and natural wine, which should keep you fresh with high acidity levels. So this is like in
But don't
between.
underestimate the bitter. I think actually I really enjoy the tannin structure in this wine because it's very much visible and tasteable. You know, it's but it's pretty damnly well integrated into the wine. I think for me it's super fruity. There is some acidity, but for me the integration of the tannin structure, that's what really gets my heart pumping a little bit about this
I
wine.
have to say one thing: super fruity, yes, but ETNELLA is always super fruity. I really have to say.
Yeah,
this.
but also the fruit is very contained. It's very elegant. It's a full body wine. It's not a heavy wine. It's no Rioja or any crazy shit like that. But
No, don't get the.
but
this
it's
is
pumping.
important
It's pumping in every direction. It's
for
pumping
everyone who is
in
listening to the podcast. My mom and Wouter.
My mom.
My mom.
Hello, mom.
Hi, mom. Is we talk right now like this would be a heavy wine, but it actually isn't. It's not a heavy wine.
Yes, it is, but the acidity covers it.
The alcohol is high, but everything else is really built in.
You think
hey,
so?
I come from the Etna.
No, it's elegant. It's elegant, but it's not. It's not.
It's super.
But
Exactly.
The flavor profile
Exactly.
is pretty.
No, but you said it
extensive.
correctly. It is elegant, but it is from the fucking Etna, man.
Yeah.
I was there. It was 42 degrees in Palermo.
In September.
It's in fucking end of August.
Yeah.
Of course, it's from a hot region. You're not gonna get a
No, but it's
from
cold. So it's it's high. So you get cold evenings. You get cold nights. That gives the acidity. I think probably the grape is got a thick skin, so that gives it this really tough structure. It's got a peppery. It's got a peppery.
I took a big
note. But the funny thing is, where it levels for me, if I would compare it to say French grapes, it's got some Pinot Noir, it's got some Syrah, it's got some
Gamay.
Grenache, and it's got some Gamay, yeah. And somewhere there in the middle, pumped up, is where it resides for me.
I think we should have food with this.
Yeah, me
Should
too.
we cook? Let's take a break and cook.
Nah, let's wait. You're hungry?
I really need some food, man.
Okay, I'll put on the gas.
You cannot say that to an Austrian in
Let's put on some gas, bitches. Let's get the can of gas.
Yeah, I can put on the water.
And that's it. That's what we need. I got some rocket, I got some cheese.
I would order, by the way.
No, it's gonna be faster. I got everything prepared. Because,
How long do you need? Do I need to stop or shall we just go through with it?
I think we need to stop, we just got it out.
No. Why?
5.
What?
Gezellig. No, yeah, so let's have some pasta and then check the wine again because I think it's gonna do really well with food.
I think so too.
And in the meanwhile, why not have a little aperitivo? So did you taste any viola when you were in Sicily?
No, on purpose not, because I know that I can have it here.
Really?
Yeah.
I just tasted the
Bruno-
white again.
Bruno-
I did
Bruno
a
has
wine
everything.
tasting yesterday. Yeah, he sells it as well, of course. We were doing a wine tasting yesterday I was doing wine tasting in Nijmegen with the guys from the Nieuwe Winkel.
Yeah.
You've heard of the restaurant
No.
where Rutger used to work?
I know. You told me about it, that it was one of your favorite restaurants where you were with your father.
Yeah, and it was the one of my nights where I really fell in love with natural wine and that kind of food, which I'm forever grateful to Rutger for. Crazy dinner, and the funny thing is
To
that
Rutger.
to Rutger, they had one dish. It's called the golden egg, and it was like a little plate. Rutger's going to laugh his balls off because he's going to see this, and it was like this straw on top.
I know. You
They
told
had a
this
golden-
story already in one episode. And your
it's so-
father ate the straw. And then he looked at Rutger and Rutger was like,
It was
"You
like
can't
having
have
the
the
straw sticking out of his mouth.
And yeah.
Really good. It's really good, this food. Okay, horse.
Especially your straw.
Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, so yeah, rosé.
What are you drinking?
from-
Hold in the camera. Alessandro Viola.
Rosé,
Rosato.
Yeah, the guy, we sell all his wines. So also this is 11.5 alcohol. He makes a white, standard white, and he makes some macerated white. He does a couple of reds. I think the basic red now is really good. Rosso easy. Bit green, but really nice with pizza and food like this as well. So
Cool.
trying to sell it a lot. The rosé is nice. For me this year it's quite fluffy, even though it says 11.5, but let's taste it. I felt that it was quite sticky in the beginning, but we don't have so much of it
Sticky.
anymore.
Sticky.
Yeah, the fruit is a little bit jammy, or how do you call it?
Super jammy. Where is the jamminess coming from? It's overripe or it's
Ooh, it's pretty floral now, actually. It's funny. It's more like lemonade. A lot of raspberry. Fucking hell. It's like raspberry lemonade. Roos vissé. I don't know if you had that in Austria. Phew. It's like cooked fruit.
Yeah.
Cooked raspberries.
It's really overripe cooked marmalade.
Yeah, exactly. It's
But
weird,
no,
huh?
from the alcohol it's easy to drink, but when I have one sip I'm like,
yeah,
ooh,
and
this is
the
pretty.
acidity is pretty agreeable as well, but it's pretty ripe fruit.
And here we are at 3 bottles.
Yeah, it's nothing. But it's kind of refreshing after this, to be honest.
Yeah.
But this is
I think this needs air and food.
It's not a wine to drink like this, but that also doesn't matter because we're not drinking the wine just to drink it like this. We're drinking wine to experience it, to place it, to expand our flavor. And if you find a wine like this, we're not only drinking wine bar wines, of course not. We do a lot of this, but having a bowl like this, that I would honestly, if I would have people over for dinner and I would be cooking Italian, something like saltimbocca or anything like this, or any
pizza, pasta, something.
Man, this is fucking cool wine. It's super
I agree.
Straight. If Bruno sells it, it's always really naturally made. There is for me, no annoying defaults in it. Like I said, the tannin structure for me is nailing it in that wine. And that will only get more pretty when it stands in this glass for a little while. Fruit is nice, there's pepper, there's acidity, it's all over, really gentle, balanced wine.
The mistake what we made is we have 2 bottles and the first one was really like flying off the shelf, 11.5% alcohol. I don't see a
mistake here.
What?
I don't see a mistake here.
Yeah, that's true, but now we need to talk about it because in the beginning it was really like, ooh, this is gonna stuck me up on the throat a little bit, but now I really think like, no, different kind of wine, you need time for it, you need food for it, it's a different kind of ball game. The wine needs to be used differently. Yeah. You can just put it in a podcast and drink 2 bottles and be like super happy.
Yeah, but we are not drinking that's why we're making food right now, because this is how we feel about the wine. It's a good thing. It makes us understand the wine. We're gonna have it with food, without food. You know, like we have pizza.
This is what brings us more near to God.
In the end, it'll kill us. Yeah. But I did feel urge to have a glass of the rosé right now.
Like a water glass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Coca-Cola.
I didn't drink any water yet.
Yeah. I know. I didn't refill your water glass once.
No. Fuck it. It doesn't feel like a hydrating kind of day. But for me now, at this point, the white stands out pretty significantly, actually.
The rosé?
No, the white.
The white is
banging.
It's so far really the winner. Like last time, I'm sorry, Bruno killed Jean-Yves Perron.
Yeah, but he's also killing it with his red. Only it's not.
He's killing it with that. Yeah. But we need to put it in another
dimension.
On another stage, because this is like, okay, let's start. Yeah, of course, it's an easy stage for us. Wednesday afternoon, we're both thirsty. Let's just have it, and then we put this motherfucker on it. Yeah, wrong stage for it. We need to prepare it for a different stage.
I need to go to my pan. But yeah, you know me, I'm not so good on fish technique.
Who is good on the fish technique?
Everybody except for me.
No, in Amsterdam, I mean. I only know one guy who's good at fish technique.
Figo, I mean, is really good.
No, Wouter.
Wouter, yeah, he's good at fish technique as well.
Wouter is living for the fish technique.
But for me, there's so much more to wine than that, you know. In the end, it's fun to understand the wine, where it comes from, to understand the grapes, to understand the process, but to say I find it really the most important thing, no. For me, comes so many more things first: drinkability, flavor, enjoyability. All these things that I really appreciate more in wine than that. But for me, but the red, it's really good, man. But you know, Bruno's got such a cool flavor for wines. Huh? He's got so much his own style.
Taste, you mean?
Yeah, but his style of wine, I do really appreciate. It's not something I could drink every day, most of the times. But I find it really recognizable, really cool, good attitude to it.
We should drink more from Bruno, because so far I really like his style.
Yeah, me too.
I really like the style of Angelo Vinoso.
Yeah. And it's funny that you came back with this bottle because he had to give it back to me, because he didn't really, when he tasted the wines first, he didn't really like it, so he didn't order. And so we ordered without him, because usually we order together with him and then we divide the order, because it's less expensive.
You mean cheaper?
And then he did order it. So and of course, you know, when I go to restaurants, I have to say, I got this, and they say, but we already buy it with Bruno, and it's a good place to be with someone, because I really appreciate what he's doing. Like I said in the other podcast when we did a wine with him, enjoyable wine. But I kind of respect all these guys doing their own thing.
We should invite him once.
Yeah.
We should invite him for
Maybe you
for
can
episode
cook for
once.
us. Some saltimbocca.
No, I mean invite him as a guest, not we invite him and he
as a
cooks
cook.
for us.
Yeah, he cooks for us. No, we should have him on. If he enjoys it, yeah, why not? Maybe, I think he can say so much cool things about Italian wine.
Yeah.
He can teach us so much.
Yeah.
And when I said to you now I'm going to Italy with another guy, maybe I should just call him and ask him also, for stuff he wants to do together. He's overall really enjoyable guy to talk about wine with as well. Huh? And that's good. But for me, the white at this moment, I could do with another bottle of it, honestly. And that's probably usually a very good signal about a wine.
Me too.
I think, but it's funny how that goes. But how was your experience with Italian wines? Did you do a lot of it in Austria or not?
Yeah, of
Did you do
course.
any
No.
Italian with wine scandal?
Good question. Now, of course, we focused in the beginning of the things we love, and there was Loire, there was Jura, there was
you did
Beaujolais.
Pinti, right?
Yeah,
You
and
visited
then we
the
found
bitch.
the bitch. Okay,
Cunt.
yeah, we are not fans of Pinti anymore.
No, but it's only because you fucking neglected us.
Yeah, but it's an inside story.
Yeah.
Let's leave it there. No, with Italy, I think at Wijnskandel we didn't have a lot in the beginning. Thanks. We didn't have a lot in the beginning of Italy, Italian wines, and like the same you said. Like when you start a natural wine company, it's all about Loire and Jura, and you have to start to get your food in there, and get your shit in there, or import your shit. And with Italy, it's just you're not really aware of it. You don't really know a shitload about it. You don't know a lot of people. But in France, it's like, okay, Loire, I'm good in Saumur with Chateau Yvon, so that's why he's introducing me to Le Grand Jobel and blah blah blah, and Chablis and Beaujolais and blah blah blah. But in Italy, it's Beaujolais. But in Italy, it's really something different. And in Italy,
It's a hard.
still
You have to get.
I cannot
into,
say
you have
like-
to get into the world.
Yeah, and in Italy, and also in France, but in Italy, it's still like I don't really know a shitload of winemakers in Italy where I say like, oh man, this is my favorite, because I'm such a Loire guy, and this is predicated to Wijnskandel.
For me, red can be Italian can be so fucking good, especially of course La Stoppa and stuff like that. It's very very spot on always.
Yeah.
No, but look at it. What we're drinking right now, it's a very different world than France, but it's super
But it's
enjoyable.
only Sicily.
No,
Yes.
this was Abruzzo.
Yeah.
Abruzzo.
True.
Montepulciano can be good, especially when I was younger, when I was not doing natural wine. For me, Montepulciano was a really nice wine region to work with. It was easy to sell. It was very recognizable. It carries good acidity. It carries character.
Yeah.
Honestly, Montepulciano and Abruzzo in general, it's good wines. Tuscany, of course, Chianti. I worked with millions of Chianti bottles when I was younger. We're doing now the Fiasco, you see, from Samontana, the one with the basket that we were doing at Cult as well. So we have this company it's called Fattoria di Samontana.
Yeah.
It's in Tuscany, and you had the Albarese, which is crazy cheap for what it is.
Unbelievable good wine.
It has probably 10 milligrams of sulfite too much to qualify as really natural wine, but it's spontaneous fermentation. There is no bullshit. It's hand-picked. At least I think most of it is hand-picked. And they do Chianti Firenze, and they also do the old basket bottles. It's called the Fiasco,
Yeah.
Did you know that's the shit?
Yeah.
And when you used to be young and you go to a restaurant, it'd be hanging by the bar, and on the ceiling you have all the bottles. And now we have...
Is pasta not going bananas?
I don't know. Let's go and see.
It's already 15 minutes.
No, man.
No, you started the recording.
Yeah, but I put the pasta in just now.
Oh.
The pasta not going bananas. Okay, Mr. Italian. Somebody is to this.
Someone is hungry. Perfect.
So let's give this bad boy another go. So we're doing some pasta, capers, olives, red
We
pepper.
didn't plan this, but now we have really the pasta.
Yeah, but it's like with the pizza, sometimes you need it with wine.
It's actually
see
Italian
what it
kitchen is
does.
always the same, huh? It's
Like-
dough, tomatoes, and rocket.
Yeah.
And what's it do with pasta?
It's good, but the acidity is kicking in a little.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty nice. That heals with the pasta pretty nicely, you know. And the depth of the there is some mushroomy kind of attitude to the wine as well, huh?
In the taste or in the nose?
Yeah, usually I don't really taste it, but I do. I don't if it's or earthiness or something like that. There's some depth to the wine. I don't know if you call that mushroom or earthiness or there's no leather or tobacco. Maybe it's a pepperiness or something. That's kind of earthiness. It's not bad, no? It keeps that gluey kind of thing though.
I don't know what it is.
The glue. It's kind of an aggressive nose.
I'm getting a little bit stuck with the wine.
Yeah, me too. I would think I thought the food would do it more right. Because it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but also,
There
Like-
is something uncomfortable about the wine.
yeah. It's also, it's not bringing me to the second glass and the third glass and like, okay, let's keep it going, let's
No,
keep
I
it
feel
going,
more
let's keep it going.
like drinking the bottle of
Yeah,
rosé.
I also think like I drink more of the Viola Rosé. I think this is good,
Yeah,
but I think you cannot drink it with the two of you. You have to drink it with 4, 5, 6
just
people.
a good glass.
With good spaghetti
But don't
alla
you think also
sugo.
now when you eat, you know, it kind of takes away the tannin, takes a little bit of the fruit away with the tomato.
Yeah.
And for me, what remains is quite aggressive acidity.
Mm-hmm.
Quite aggressive acidity. Which you would think with tomatoes it works well because tomatoes can carry some. Okay, I will have to say honestly, this is not the best quality of tomato, but yeah, it's not bringing us into our best shape.
No. It's not. It's also not bringing us to the good level of conversation.
Did
We're a
he-
little bit like,
No, but did he let you taste more wines from this guy?
no. I went inside. It was like, I need this. What do you like? And he was like, you should really drink this, and that's it. So it's really, I don't give any fault to Bruno or the winemaker. I think this is, like I said before, if you have 6 people and you already drank 3 bottles, do this,
Honestly,
and everyone has one
It's
glass.
really interesting wine. It's well
It's
made.
super
wine.
interesting, but it's
Wow.
just drinking a bottle with the two of us. After now starting with food, it's just really heavy.
But it's not bad.
No.
But what's the best thing? So you before the episode you told me about this one guy that you were in agriturismo with, who brought you the bottle of unmarked wine from the garden, which the first 10
That was
minutes,
fucking crazy.
first 10 minutes you thought you discovered a new Frank Cornelissen.
I discovered him. His name is Francesco, and his brother is called Ignazio. I don't know the last name, but the whole agriturismo in Sicily is called Raffo. And I can only beg everyone to go there, because
Yeah,
it's in the middle of Sicily, on the south
it's
part.
it's in the heartland. Like
No, it's in the south part of Sicily, and it's an agriturismo, so it's a kind of abandoned farmhouse, winemaker house, and they completely renovated it like fucking bananas. And the cities you have next to it is Naro, which is a really shitty
Because
city.
we should
There's
say
no one there.
You should say a little bit that you're going there because you're getting married. For our beautiful audience, all
of
hey
course.
mom.
Of course. No, but we were in this agriturismo, and you drive up there with your Fiat Panda in the first course, not first course, but in the first gear, full throttle upstairs, and they have a beautiful pool, and they have like I think 6 rooms or something.
Don Pasquale.
and it's owned by the dad and the mom, but they're both 80, and they give it now to the sons. And the sons are like 50 something, and it's I think Francesco and Ignazio, and they have it, and he's also making wine, but not like I also make wine. Did you want to drink it? But I was sitting there at the pool, and I just had espresso, and he came by to me with a glass of wine, and I was like, I tasted it. I was like, hey, thank you very much. It was for free. And then I said like, hey, Jesus, hey, this is pretty good. And I was like,
Glass one, glass two,
naturale,
glass
and he was
three.
like, yeah, non sulfato, nothing, biologicale, naturale, da, da, da.
Biologica.
And then I drank 2 bottles, and I was like, holy shit, this is good, man. And it was Nerello Mascarlese, and I wanted to buy a bottle of wine. He was like, no, I'm not allowed to sell it. I make it myself, I press it myself, I do everything myself, but I'm not allowed to sell it. It's no DOCG or whatever.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to, because of the tax company and stuff.
Yeah, he
They're
just
really
doesn't
strict,
want to
huh?
do it. He says like, I have free
You have to
wine
pay
for my
money
guests
for
here,
it,
and this is
yeah.
why I get 85-star TripAdvisor ratings, and this is why I'm gonna fuck those Americans up with my wine.
That's why you're here.
Yeah, but seriously, he has 90 5-star TripAdvisor things with like, the guy always comes with pizza and da-da-da. And he really does that. You sit at the pool, super nice pizza, super nice wine, and you sit there for 3 days. Really cool.
Nice. How's my pasta after Sicily?
It's fucking cool.
It's not bad, huh?
It's really good. I like the spiciness in it. And it helps me a little bit because I only ate a salad today.
Tonight or today?
Today.
But this should work with this wine. And when I tasted the wine when we started, I felt it was really balanced, but it needed food. But now maybe we're having the wrong food. Maybe we should have some pork or something like this, something like roast pork to find the spiciness. But it brings out a pretty harsh batch of acidity, man. You get that as well, or is that mostly me?
What do you mean? When you drink it, it brings
Now
a lot of-
when I have food in my mouth and now I taste it, I taste mostly acidity and a pretty fucking rough one too. I think it's also it kind of coerces with that flavor you get, that harshness of that gluey kind of thing. And honestly, it's not cheap wine, huh? 27 euros, man. This is gonna be restaurant 67 euros.
Can I tell you something? Because it's here, Bar Arnold, and we said from the beginning on we're not gonna save anything. We're gonna be all out. I really don't want to have another sip of this wine. I really don't want to. It's killing me a little bit.
I actually now this flavor. I had now one sip and now I thought, hey, fruit. I think when you get some pepper, some of the chili that's in this pasta, it kind of does work. No, you don't have to. You know, that's why we got the bottle of rosé on the table.
No, sure. I'm a little bit stuck right here. Like I want to have something which keeps me fresh and which keeps me for the second glass, and I drink
we got
this.
some cans of beer in the fridge.
Yeah, but we're stuck here. We're stuck, Arjan. We're stuck now.
Yeah.
The first bottle was, the rosé is even a little bit flying, but the red wine is, we have to use it differently. I still think if I get one glass of wine of this at the tasting, I say like, this is good wine. If I really, and this is what Byron is perfect for.
Yeah.
We use it. And we use it now with, okay, this doesn't work, we need a pasta for it, we cooked our pasta, it still doesn't work. So on practicality, it does not work.
No,
it
but
does not work.
I'm gonna keep a little bit here in my house.
We have to.
Tomorrow I will make a little selfie video.
Yeah, we have to.
And I will do a little
because the thing
here
is,
in the kitchen tomorrow morning when I wake up.
yeah,
I will do a super fresh, just straight from the shower, second tasting of this wine, which we can maybe add on to the channel.
Yeah.
To see how it then is doing, because there is a possibility that the fruit is gonna take off, because there is a ton of good fruit in this wine.
But I have to
But
say,
it feels
I love Bruno
close.
and I love his wine selection. With this wine, I really have problems.
Problems is a big word, Pascal, because it's not a bad wine. it's just not hitting us in the right place right now, which is...
I don't want to be super polite with Arnold. I'm sorry, I want to open my
No,
mouth.
but I'm not saying you have to be polite. I'm just being honest. You know, every wine has its place in time. And well, we are very into this energy and emotion of wine, you know, and how it hits us and how it reflects to what we're feeling and doing. This is because we're not really doing any really, technical kind of analyzations of wines. Huh? The color is a light medium purple.
Rubin.
Yeah, ruby purple, bluish. No, we're not sitting here to do wine like that. So, but I would still say this wine has not lost me because it interests me. It's catching me. I feel the energy in the wine. I feel the depth. I feel the complexity. But it just feels out of miss at where we are right now today. This is our first bar Arnold in 2 months. We start off maybe with a little bit of a kite, and then we hit a little bit of a rock. But there is a moment for a party and there's a moment for a nap, you know. And there is a moment for this wine. I feel it because it feels like a well-made, interesting wine, but it doesn't feel like a wine right now for us. So I'm super happy that Bruno gave us the bottle of rosé from Viola just to counterbalance that out a little bit. But let's be honest, it's this happens with wine as well, and it makes for a good conversation because
True.
how many times do you go to a restaurant and we never choose this? We're never going to buy Gramenon or La Pierre. We're never going to buy. Maybe we're going to buy Strohmeyer with different people. But if we go to a restaurant together, we'll always ask for shit we don't know. So in this process, there is things that resonate with us or they don't. There is stuff that is good or that isn't. And that is the wonder of wine, and that is the sole reason why we are sitting here, why we have such a good friendship over wine, which makes it so interesting, which is like music.
Holy shit, what the fuck is going on right here right now?
Like art.
This is some Steve Jobs speech shit now.
Yeah, this is Joe Rogan here. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't do any mushrooms.
Holy
I
fuck,
promise.
man.
No, but this is honest to God how I feel
It is.
about this wine.
It is.
Like with that wine from Ina, Dolcetto, from Yves Perron, just fucking rubbish. Honest to fucking God.
Oh, rubbish.
It was one of the most disappointing bottles I had in a long ass time.
They're really not bad, but disappointing.
Yes, but this wine, it's not disappointing me. It's not letting me down. It's something that I have to comprehend.
And I have to say, big shout out to
And
Bruno.
maybe
Big shout out to Bruno
yeah, but
for
maybe
giving us the bottle of wine. It's fucking awesome.
It's like when you get a new album from an artist you like, but you
and it's
don't-
called No Line on the Horizon, and it's from U2, and the first song sucks shit, and the whole album as well.
Yeah, but then maybe if you listen to it 2 years later,
Still
and you-
shit.
and- no, this is not shit.
The album is still shit.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, yeah, this is probably more like...
Yeah, you got to figure it out a little bit.
How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb from U2. Which is really shit in the beginning, but then you listen to it over and over
Why
again.
the fuck do you listen to U2, man?
U2 is the biggest band of all time. What is it for you?
Okay, I'm just gonna be silent now for a little.
Okay. What is the biggest...
U2 is the
U2 is for me.
Okay.
I'm the biggest U2 fan, man.
Okay, honestly, the biggest band of all time is ABBA, but I hate the music. No, I'm just joking.
But I did not know that this was a gay podcast.
For me, the biggest band of all time is, if I would talk like...
No, say it like I did. There's no explanation. Boom, what is it?
Oh, but it's... Oh, yeah,
No.
Okay, but Pascal...
I said U2.
But do you have a favorite wine? I don't. Maybe I'm different.
I do
like
right
this.
now.
Okay, for me, I would say the biggest band of all time for me, in diversity, in how it hits me, is the Rolling Stones. I am not kidding you. This is actually now online probably in 2 weeks.
And what's your favorite song then?
No, but I don't have a favorite song. But
No, what is
okay,
it?
my favorite song from the Stones.
What is it
would
called?
be Wild Horse.
Lift Me Up, or no? That's Moby. What is Rolling Stones?
Wild Horses, man. It's a good song. I think if a band can go from 1960 till 2020 and make relevant music and be energetic and be that, for me, my friend, is out of greatness. And not every song I like, not every album I like, but the creativity, the sound, the energy, it is always there. These guys are 80
And 100% agree with you.
fucking rocking
But
it.
you know it's complete bullshit that you are saying right now, like, you two. I thought you come up with like, you know, the solo album of Radiohead and the guy who did it himself. But now you come up with the Rolling Stones, which is like...
No, the Rolling Stones, but I like hip-hop. I like all kinds of fucking alternative shit. But if we're talking U2-ish kind of bands, I'm not gonna say Wham. I'm gonna say if we're talking this.
You can say the biggest band of all time is.
Yeah, for me in this category of big.
No,
bands,
it's not like this. No, I'm sorry, this doesn't work.
Yeah, but if
you
I
cannot
say the Pixies, if I say the Pixies, who the fuck knows the Pixies?
Everyone.
If I say
everyone, but that's a statement that you say like I love the Pixies. But it's the same way when you ask someone, hey, what kind of music are you listening to? Oh, I listen to everything. No, make a statement. Mice, you too. 100%.
Okay, my favorite act is something else than the Rolling Stones. But if you ask me, success, durability, creativity, style, innovation.
Everyone thinks a
I'm
greatest
not gonna
band.
fucking listen to the Rolling Stones in the car sometimes, but I would say fucking Rolling Stones is the best fucking rock and roll band of all time.
Best band of all time.
Yeah.
Not rock and roll.
Okay, well then it's ABBA again.
How long did it last? 4 years?
ABBA?
Yeah.
I don't know. Still
When was the Eurovision Song Contest? And
until
after someone died.
No, they started fucking each other.
Also good. Would make beautiful babies. They're all Swedish, right?
Fleetwood Mac. Also really
No,
funny.
that's too late now.
No, it's a good
Fleetwood
band.
Mac.
It's not as good as Rolling Stones.
Fleetwood Mac makes super good music.
Yeah,
I agree.
But you know how many different kinds of music they made. But let's go back to the wine.
Why? I have a nice conversation right now. I don't want to talk about this red one anymore. We made
You're
the
done
same
with
already.
it,
No, yeah, I'm done with it. Sorry.
Let's try it one more time.
But in one of the biggest episodes of the hundreds of Arnold episodes,
and all the
Bruno,
the dozens of people that watch it, all 24.
Bruno had with Attia a killer who
Yeah,
killed
but
Perron.
dude,
now with this one we have troubles, and that's completely okay.
Yeah, but
That's fine.
I have wine
We
that
don't need to save it. It's just
I
fine what
have
it is.
wine that I sell that I can drink and I can think, what the fuck?
Can I tell you something? This needs a day.
Yeah,
That's what I tell you.
Tomorrow morning you'll
Yeah.
get a naked review. Hairy Italian girls. No, the wine is not resonating.
Yeah,
It's a
no,
shame.
it's
I'm sorry, Bruno.
It's stuck. No, it's stuck here. It doesn't work here.
But
It doesn't
do
work.
you think it would age? Do you think it needs 2-3 more years?
No, I think it's losing acidity and it's starting to become
It's
more.
gonna pack in acidity. Fruit will lose.
Are you one of the politicians who is asking me a question, so before even
Yes.
answering it, after 5 seconds he's answering it like he did right now?
It's called Donald Trump. I can do the hair if you want.
No, let's get back serious now. Yeah, I think the wine has a weird feeling right now in this day. And we have episodes where we drink 4 or 5 bottles, and we have episodes where we're like, ooh, this
But
is
it's
working.
not a lot of times that you taste a full body 15% Sicilian red wine that's got some like almost volatile acidity.
I would love to talk to the winemaker right now that he tells me like, what the fuck do
Yeah,
you
what
think? I make
happened?
wines in fucking
Yeah.
Sicily. It's 42 degrees in July, August and June.
Hey,
Of course it
I
is
gotta,
50%
I'm
alcohol.
gonna dim the light a little and then I got an interesting conversation about this for you.
Okay.
A really good one.
Do we still have some more pasta?
You still fucking. Yeah. So what the story I have is we went with Henk to France, and we did visit to Nicolas Renaud, Les Grillons,
Yeah.
south of France, and sometimes the problem with his wines, we tasted a few. I think one in the podcast is it can be very ripe and very high in alcohol.
Alcohol, yeah.
So Henk and me, we talked to him about it. Like, yeah, why is this? You know, it's a problem because the wine it becomes less commercially interesting. He's a geologist. We went to his vineyards. I have never in my life, and I visited close to 100 winemakers. seen someone that's so particular in the vineyard about his vines. Everything is aimed for every hour of sun. If there's a tree, then he knows exactly which hour of the day which vines are going to be hit by the sun, and he'll tie the leaves and the grapes in another way. He's insanely knowledgeable about his vineyards. And every vineyard he says, the wind comes here because it's on a hill, and I know the sun is going to hit it like this, so here I can tie the fruit, and I put a leaf over it like this, and then it'll cover exactly on those 2 hours.
Crazy.
I want it to be in the shade, but the wind makes that I can tie it so it's more protected. And I was like, what the fuck? And then you go in one vineyard, one line, complete bush, 2 lines next to it, all cut away. And he says, no, it's because the sun hits like this and the wind comes like this and I want it to air. And he said, it's fucking hot. I'm making natural wine. Nature is warming up. I am not gonna prune, cut, harvest any earlier because it's commercially valuable. The fruit is, there is a perfect point for a fruit to be picked, and at this point I pick, and at this point I make wine. And what comes out, you either love it or you don't love it, but I am absolutely not hiding anything that's happening in my vineyard. Nothing.
Okay.
If there's 15.5% alcohol, I'm fucking sorry, I'll take the risk, but I am making wine in its best fucking potential. And for me, this was something I didn't really heard before like this. Sometimes you get wine, it's too green because they harvested too early, or all these things. For me, it was really relevating.
So is this something we should be aware of? That I agree with the person. Like he says, like, okay, I'm picking when a grape is ripe, and that's like in this state of the month of September, or sometimes in October or whatever. And of course,
more early.
I can be variable, but this is just what happens during the year of winemaking. That the years are just getting warmer. Is this something we need to be aware of? That what is his name again?
Nicolas Renaud.
Nicolas Renaud says, like, I'm sorry, but this is what happens with nature, and that
it's warm.
Other people are just not doing it yet also because they are running a business and it's a commercial business. Is this something we need to be aware of, that it's gonna start now, that all the wineries are starting with like, hey guys, you need to wake the fuck up, this is just what happens? But last question, and then you can go on a roll. Do we need to be going for high sugar levels or high alcohol levels?
We're not going for anything. We're letting nature decide.
Yeah, no, but nature decides right now, like everywhere, it's getting warmer. So that means, especially for wine, you go for high sugar or high alcohol. Really solid logic question.
You go
Where's it going to?
You go for ripeness of fruit and full expression of a grape and full expression of a wine.
Yeah.
Of course, for me, commercially, it's more interesting if Nicolas Renaud gets to 12.5% alcohol. And there's winemakers that are doing it. And of course, he's also picking more early than 4 years ago because his ripeness is even there. But he said, I'm not going to hide the ripeness of the fruit. I'm not going to hide the warm year. You want to sell natural wine? This is natural wine, my friend. 1 year it's hot, the other year it isn't. This year there's hail, that year there's rain. It's just the fuck what it is. But for me, he said, my expression of my wine is just translating what is happening with the fruit. And then I got a trick I can do as a winemaker to make it the best I can do. And I will always try to extract acidity. I will always try to reduce sugar and alcohol levels. But I'm not going to do it with any tricks that for me would compromise the expression of the grape.
Yeah.
It was a pretty interesting conversation, I have to say.
Isn't that not what every natural winemaker wants to do?
But a lot of them pick more early, or there's tricks, or cold vinification, or there's a ton of things you can do. If you cool your tanks and you stretch the fermentation and you have cooled fermentation, there's also a big difference. So, yeah. Right, but that's the funny thing with that red as well. It's fucking high and still it's 15 degrees alcohol. So, and and it was which year 17, which is not even as warm as the last few vintages. So I'm pretty excited to see what that guy is going to do in
4
18,
years.
19, 20, especially in France, south of France this year. Super early warmness. Oh, nice. From your shoe?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation. Theo from Troppo Giovane is really focused on these things. So when he buys like Beaujolais, he always wants certain vintages, and Henk is always like, yeah, he's like, bullshit, this and that. But you know, in a way, I do agree.
It's also interesting when they do vertical tastings. Like I had a tasting once at VIOLA Chateau Certain, and it was really from, I don't know, 41 until 1990, and then you really saw like it started like 11 and a half, prove me wrong, 11 and a half, and it went to 13, and it was like, so they changed the style, and they were like, no, they didn't change any style.
It's just the fruit.
It's just the thing, and it was like 70 years, of course, or 60 years, but you saw it like 1.5% alcohol more, and I can't even imagine what that means to natural winemakers who say like, fuck you need to be aware of the product you buy. You cannot just buy a Moscato from Italy and it tastes every year the same. No, it should be different from year to year, from barrel to barrel, from bottle to bottle, and also the people are, I hope that the people are surviving who start right now, like the guy just said, Le Crillon guy, that he says like, no, you need to be aware of. I have 42 degrees in summer. Of course, my wine is gonna have 15% alcohol. Otherwise, you have a half dry.
And if it starts getting warm, maybe in May, you know, you blossom later. The period of summer is shorter, so the fruit gets less expressive. But now it's just the reality is that, especially in these parts of the world, it's just getting fucking warm. I lived last year in France. I was working in a restaurant and it was like 46, 47 degrees at 7 o'clock in the evening. In the restaurant, it's unbearable. And if you imagine that people that lived there would say, 10 years ago it was maybe like 37 degrees. It's 20% warmer, so you get 20% more photosynthesis, and you get so much more power in the fruit, and so they're picking earlier and earlier and earlier, and they're doing all these tricks with cutting and older vines and all these things.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, interesting stuff, I think, but maybe for the next episode. But I think we should be aware, and just leave it with that.
The climate change thing is always discussed with people, that they say like, we really see that the alcohol things are increasing, but no, man, it's not just that the alcohol is increasing. It's really about that the wine styles are changing. And right now we sit here and we complain about the wine from Etna and say like, oh, it's really like, it's cutting me a little bit, but man, it's coming from a fucking volcano in the middle. Do you know how many kilometers that is away from fucking Tunisia?
Yeah, but
nothing.
No, it's like 52,000. How much is it?
No, nothing.
From
you sit in a boat, you drive like for a couple of hours.
From the south of France.
Yeah, or that thing, you know? It's like, Africa's fucking hot. South of France, we're all good. No, man, it's pretty nearby. We were in a city, when you have Sicily, it's a vierkant, and there is in the middle city which we drove through, and we had lunch there, and it was 37 degrees, but it was so sticky, no wind, it was fucking horrible. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? It's so hot. And then Sophie Googled, and she was like, this is exactly the alley where the Africa wind is going through to Europe. And I was like, oh yeah, shit, man. Africa is right in front of your fucking door. And this is what we should all be aware of, because we still go to the fucking Albert Heijn, Billa, whatever, we just buy our products, and at the same time we say like, oh yeah, 20 years ago, wine had 13% alcohol, now it's 13.5. No, it's not. It's changing drastically every year now, and especially natural winemakers need to make a statement that they say like, hey, here is your wine with 15% alcohol.
Less drinkable.
This is what the fuck it is.
It is less drinkable.
This is why you cannot ski anymore in November.
Yeah. True.
This is it.
And why even northern wine like Burgundy, Champagne? I'm going to a winery that's close to Frankfurt of all places. I think that's probably
What the fuck?
almost the most northern thing.
Yeah.
It's Germany, so it's inland, but still, times is changing. I need to take a pee. Are we gonna?
Shall we? I'm good to still go.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
I had this before the pasta, and now I'm going up and you go
Take a
down.
pee.
I don't know.
You can still record.
All right, but we were in it for a good couple of minutes.
We had a long cast as well, no?
Was nice.
You can cut it.
I don't want to sum it up. I think it was a nice podcast.
Me too. Good wine, interesting. Italy.
Let's see you next year.
Next time. Ciao. Ciao bella.
Yeah, it's Bazanji. 919. Check it, I said this.